What the hell is this? I mean, seriously, what the hell is this? Why is Angel Reese on the cover of the new NBA 2K game? I mean, I get that, women's basketball is doing a lot better and need to be recognized, but the reason that women's basketball is doing better is because of one person and one person alone. And that's Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese has shown time and time again she is not a needle mover. We put all this hype on her last year, and as I said in a video last year, her hype train didn't derail, it didn't fall off, it didn't come to a crashing burn. It was just kind of rolled off the tracks because it lost all steam and sent to the scrapyard. But they've apparently pulled it off the scrapyard and tried to put it back on the tracks this year, and there's just no traction. And even without the traction, they're still trying to push it, and just the disrespect to Caitlin Clark is, I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I don't understand why this league and why the people, the gatekeepers around the league, are so into just minimizing her and just trying to act like she's not that important and act like these other people are as important. It's been proven time and time again. Angel Reese is not as important to the league, nearly even close, as Caitlin Clark, and her play on the court is nowhere close to Caitlin's. Even at Caitlin's worst and at Angel's best, which we've seen this year, I mean, Angel's quite simply not in Caitlin's league. I mean, she has her shots blocked more than anybody, even though she's like 6'4", which is, on the very tall side of WNBA players. She just cannot make a layup to save her life. She cannot shoot a high percentage, even though she's making most of her shots inside. They're trying to run the offense through her, and that's just an abject failure. I mean, it's not even close. At least with Caitlin, I know there's been some bad games because of the system she's in right now, but when she has free reign to do what she wants, good things happen. When Angel has free reign to do what she wants, bad things happen. We're not stupid. We see this. And then we see them trying to once again elevate her, and we understand what's going on. There's something going on where they're trying to basically minimize Caitlin Clark and push her out of the league. They want her to quit. And the Fever organization's in on it too. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but they got rid of the people last year. And they had Christy Sides, whom I owe a huge apology to. I know I was very vocal about the fact I felt like she was not the coach for the team, and maybe she's not the coach for the team, but she's a hell of a lot better than what we got now. She was just a second-year coach who picked up on a rebuild. She came in with Aaliyah Boston, and it was her second year last year, and they, with Caitlin Clark, made a huge step. To me, you try to keep as much of that core together as possible. Get rid of Alyssa Smith was the right thing, and add a few pieces and let that core, continue to develop and grow together, including Christy Sides. And instead, they went and they put all of these relics of the old WNBA in place. And, the Amber Cox and Kelly Krosnoff, who I was praising before the season, and now I realize I was dead wrong. And they got Stephanie White, who I was praising, and I realized I was dead wrong. And now they're just, to them, they just don't see the value in her. Even with all the seats that she's selling out and all the TV views she's getting, they don't see that as valuable because they've never had to do it, and they still don't have to do it because the NBA is going to bail them out no matter what. And, you see all these members of the WNBA Players Union talking about how they deserve more money. The league does not profit. The league loses $10 million a year. It lost $40 million last year. Why? Why are you sitting there, going to sit there and say we deserve more money? I mean, you're lucky you're making any money at all. You're lucky you're not having to pay to play, because that's how it should be. But I guess they're just okay sitting there taking the handouts from the NBA. And I don't get it. I don't understand why they would not just absolutely hitch their wagon to Caitlin Clark. And you'll put her on the cover, because she do all the appearances for them. She keeps a low profile off the court, but when asked to do something to help the league, I mean, she's done Saturday Night Live, for goodness sake. I mean, that's pretty rare air. Even though Saturday Night Live is not what it once was, I mean, it's very obvious they're doing their best to thwart our efforts. It's so organic. Those of us that, are fans of hers. It's organic. A lot of us never thought we'd be caring this much about college or women's basketball in our lives, college or pros, especially the pros. But now look at this. I got my Indiana Fever Commissioner's Cup shirt on. I bought that, and it came in the mail yesterday. And, at the end of the day, people like me are massive hypocrites for wearing this, because when LeBron won his in-season tournament and celebrated like he won the championship, and they put a banner up about it, I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever. Is LeBron kidding me? What the world? But then the Indiana Fever, without Caitlin Clark on the floor, do it, and I think that's the greatest thing ever. Now, look, I understand, they're not champions. That's not the same as a championship or even close, but it was a big moment for them, and, it was so much fun to watch. It was fun to watch them win that game, and I wanted to get a shirt to commemorate it. That's how much we care about Caitlin, and the people that she cares about, we care about. They just have to understand this is completely organic, and they don't like that. They don't like the fact that, the people they say should be, the ones being looked at are not the ones being looked at. They hate that. They want to be the ones in control of that, and they are willing to just throw all this potential money away to keep control, to keep power, because of the whole wealth versus money thing, or whatever you call it, money versus wealth. If you're on an abandoned island with nothing around and nobody else around, you have $1 billion in cash, what good is that cash? I guess when you have to start a fire, it means a lot, but, and for them, it just shows you this, that it's all about power and control, and any money they get, it's for future power and control. They do not want us having any of the power. And now they're putting Angel Reese out there. Her shoes came out today, and to a very, very lame response, because the shoes themselves are lame. Like, her game is lame, and, quite honestly, she is lame. I guess I see her social media following, and they don't realize that it's millions of men just basically counting down the days till she finally starts an OnlyFans account. And that might sound harsh, but it's just the truth. And I dare anybody to tell me it's not the truth, but they don't like this. They're really, really trying to take the power out of our hands to decide who's popular and who's not. And like I said, even the Indiana Fever organization is like, nope, we don't care about the fans. We're going to make sure that we stay rooted in the old WNBA that never did anything except be clowned, never gained any interest, any traction. It was just a complete 8 figures a year money hole, money sink, and we're just going to stick with that. And all I can tell people out there is just keep fighting. Keep watching her games, keep, tuning into her games, go to them if you're able to, and anything she's a part of or has her name on, keep selling them off the racks, like her signature Kobe shoe. It's not even her shoe, but her off brand of the Kobe's. Keep buying everything in sight, and eventually they'll have no choice. Or eventually she's going to say, screw this, and she's going to go to another league, and we're going to follow her to that league, the way we followed her to the WNBA. And they'll actually probably be very glad to have us and our money that we're willing to spend. So I don't understand it. It's just the WNBA is just a complete monument to failure, and the NBA just keeps bailing them out. They are a monument, an everlasting, eternal monument to supported failure. When you support somebody in their failings and bail them out every year and let them go out and fail the exact same way again. And then when a golden opportunity presents itself to stop failing, and you decide, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going there. That's okay. We'll still keep bailing you out. It's just, I don't know. It's exhausting, and eventually, people like us, we're going to get tired of it, and we're going to tune out. Right now, the allure of seeing another Caitlin Clark 30-point game is too much, and we're going to keep tuning in to hopefully see that happen. But eventually, they're going to absolutely just kill the fun of it, and we're going to move on to the next thing. And then the WNBA will be right back where they were. And they won't care, and neither will we. So I guess we have that in common. But they're not going to like the documentaries and books that come along detailing just how much of a failure they are. So it is what it is, I guess. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later.